So you know what they say, save the best for last. My name is Suraia Yaqubie, and I am a single mother to two beautiful children who are my two beautiful gifts from God. They are my whole entire world. They are my purpose and my entire being. And my daughter is Sophia. She's 19 years old. And my son is Yusuf. He's 14 years old. And believe it or not, holy guacamole, he is 6'4" in height. Don't ask me what I fed him. I'm short. My ex is short. I don't know where he gets it from. But those are my two children. I help people get healthier and wealthier. I want you to put your hand on your heart and repeat after me. I am a diamond, and I was born to shine my light. You see, we are all diamonds. When we come into this world, we are diamond, we are rare, we are flawless, we are unique, we are one of a kind, right? We are imperfectly perfect. And then, shit hits the fan, life happens to us, and we forget that we are that one rare diamond, and we forget to shine our light. I want to share a little bit about my childhood, because everybody has a childhood that effed them up, right? Raise your hand if you have a story that made you who you are today that stemmed from your childhood. We are walking adults. I'm a 48-year-old adult in my 8-year-old body. And we forget who it is we are as a result of the childhood. So, I was born in Afghanistan. My mother was not a single mom, but she was kind of like a single mother because my father always traveled back and forth for business. So I was 4 years old when I went to New York from Afghanistan. And my father was really not around. And, you know, I had a great lifestyle. We had all the money in the world. But I was like, where's my father? Like, I miss him being in my life. My mother, it wasn't her fault. Like, she did the best that she could, but she raised us caring about what people thought of us. People pleasing. Till this day, I'm a grown-ass woman and I hear her voice. What are people going to think? If you wear this dress, if you walk a certain way, if you talk a certain way. We are conditioned from our childhood to not be who it is that we truly are, but who society wants us to be, right? Because what are the people going to say? Where are those people when you're on your deathbed, right? What are they going to say? Oh, she's the one that wore the short skirt or whatever, right? So I was raised to care about what people thought. I never felt good enough for my mother. Raise your hand if you have a sibling who you always aspired to be like. So my older sister was my role model. Growing up, I was the good girl. Like I said, the people pleaser, did as what my mom said. And if I wouldn't do as she said, she would get mad at me. Go take off that skirt. I'd get a slap in the face. And until I didn't take it off, she couldn't leave the house. But my older sister, she was the rebel. She was the confident one. And whatever she did, she just got her way. And I was like, oh God, I wish I could just be like her, right? So she started to diet. I started to diet. She joined the gym. I joined the gym. Whatever she did, I aspired to be like her. So I had never felt good enough being who I was. And then it's time to go to college, and I study marketing, right? If you don't know how to market yourself today, people don't buy your products or services, they buy you. And my mother is like, hey, you should study finance. Your sister, she's making great money. She has like this company car bringing her home. So to be accepted and to be like my older sister, I changed my major to marketing and finance. And that year, little did I know, I have the signs of hypothyroidism. My memory starts to slip away. Focus, mental focus, and clarity. I gained 20 pounds out of nowhere. I was the queen of inflammation. And I just didn't feel, I was tired and sluggish. I don't know if anybody here has hypothyroid or knows anyone that suffers from it. Exactly. So that became the story of my life. And at that time, my father comes from a family of 5 brothers and 5 sisters, like the Brady Bunch. And 7 of them had it. So it was genetic. And I used to blame my father because all my aunts were like really, really overweight. And my mother, being my #1 role model, the person that I looked up to, like to guide me to be, allowed me to be who I am, was like, you need to watch yourself. You don't want to grow up, looking like that. And she scared the shit out of me, so I start dieting. I start over-exercising 6 days a week, 2-3 hours a day. I didn't even know why the heck I was working out and so conscious about my body and how I looked. I didn't make it about how I felt, right? Raise your hand if you're a woman. Do you know why you're working out when you go to work out? Is it to fit in the size 2 or 4 jeans? Or is it to feel good? Because feeling good is your birthright. And it's about how you feel and not how you look. So moving along my journey of life, it's time to get married now. And I'm coming from a Muslim background, and my ex-husband, father of my children, asks for my hand in marriage. Yes, I signed up. Nobody forced me to say yes to him. He was Prince Charming at the time. We had a date, which was arranged for 4 hours. I sat down and said yes to my future, not knowing what I was getting myself into. I was young, I was naive, I was 24 years old. And little did I know that he had mental health issues from the day that I said yes to him. And I stood by him through the darkest days of his life, until when you care for someone who's not well, you become unwell. And it was like, my mother always used to say, make it work, make it work. She doesn't know what I'm dealing with. I pack my bags, I leave one of the top schools in New York. I had a job in marketing, which I loved. And in 11 months, get married, go to a new country where I know no one, I have no family. And I don't know why I didn't say I'm gonna work. I didn't see the day of my divorce coming, right? And he had money, right? Money does not bring you happiness. And I didn't really sit and think, was I ever really happy with him? But I didn't think I had a choice to leave him. We have 2 kids. We're related through marriages, right? And I just had to stick by it. So then I'm unwell, and men like their wives to be weak. They don't like their wives to be weak. They like them to be strong, right? And he wants to get a divorce. And he talks to my parents, and he's like, I want a divorce. And I'm just like, oh no, he's never gonna leave me. I did so much for him. But he wanted a divorce. And I felt like my world was crashing. I was like, whoa, who am I without the piece of paper, without the institution, right? It's supposed to be happily ever after, one man for my whole entire life, and now I have to start from the bottom. And I have to recreate myself as a single mother. And he said, oh, don't worry, I'll take care of you. So we go to New York, get dropped off at the airport, live out of my suitcases in my parents' house for 3 years. And I remember the pain in my kids' eyes every single morning. My son was 2 years old, my daughter was 7. And I was the sole custodial parent. I was the primary caretaker. I used to see their faces day in and day out. We used to go on vacations with my sisters, and they used to be like, why are my parents not together? So I thought I had to save it, right? But I also wanted to save myself from being alone, from being independent, for having to pay bills and live on my own. And it's like, I come with 2 kids now. And it's like, who's gonna wanna be with me, right? So I do this marriage boot camp program where it's like I have to communicate every day with him, and I chased him away The more I did, the more he ran away. And my daughter was extremely smart at the time. She's 7 years old, and she's like, Mom, maybe you have to stop chasing Dad. He'll come back to you. Super smart girl. I should have taken her advice. He didn't want to get back together. Why the hell was I disrespecting myself? Heck, why didn't I love myself? I love the idea of being married, of being like everyone else, of fitting in with my sisters, with the girlfriends that I grew up with. And I just wanted to be taken care of, right? So his life is smooth sailing. My life is a roller coaster. Every time I pick myself up, go back down. And it was hard. You're being a mother and a father to your kids. And as a result of the stress and anger, I developed physical manifestations in my body because that's what stress does to you. It F's you up. And it's not what happens to you in your life. That's only 10%. It's 90% how you react. And had I known that, I could have prevented the gut issues that I got, the bacteria in my stomach, the food insensitivities, the hypothyroid, which was the story of my life, became Hashimoto's, autoimmune. And everybody used to tell me, it's like, how are you telling me to move on? He moved on. So I developed hearing loss in my right ear. I have 30% hearing in my right ear. And I have a sound in my ear that I've taught my brain to ignore for the past 5 years. And it's a hissing airway sound. And it F's you up. But I taught my brain to ignore it. And that's something that everybody looks at me as this really put together person. Wow, you look like a movie star. Oh, I love your body and the way you look. But you don't know that I've been to hell and back. I've hit rock bottom. I've been on my knees asking God to help me. I didn't want to be here anymore. So, as a result of the physical manifestations in my body, I lose my energy. I no longer have any energy. I used to work out because I had to, right? With the hypothyroid, I had to. I was a gym rat. I practically lived half my life in the gym just to look good. And it took my divorce for me to realize how the F I was living my life. I felt so shameful. For 2 decades of my life, I made it about how I looked. I didn't appreciate my body for what it could do. And I took my energy for granted. Hell, I wanted to run marathons. I've been active and a tomboy since I've been young. I was a sprinter. And I have no energy to run on a treadmill without breathing out loud for 2 minutes. I developed a passion for fitness where before I had to, now I get to, I say, and I have no energy. I'm like, how the hell am I going to teach classes when I'm out of breath after 5 minutes? So that's when Fit Team came into my life, right? The health and wellness company that I represent is called Fit Team. And I believe I was calling it into my life. I was like, God, please give me back my energy. Because my kids got that version of me, got the version of me that was moody, right? Before I had to work out, now I want to work out, and it's natural endorphins to go and get your body moving, and I can't perform the same way. And I needed my energy back. And Fit Team's products are all organic and natural. They gave me back my energy. My explosive energy. And, it's like people say, this movie changed my life. This book, you got to read it. It's going to change your life. This company gave me back my life. I took my health for granted, my energy for granted. And at the same time, I have a weight loss testimonial. 25 pounds I lost. People were like, you're already thin. But I was the queen of inflammation. I took water pills till my daughter was born, till I got pregnant with her. Because I was so consumed about my outer appearance. And I didn't know what feeling good was until I no longer felt good, right? And so Fit Team came into my life. I was teaching yoga and meditation. I started to embark on a healing journey because I needed to rebuild myself. I needed to work on my mindset. I needed to work on self-mastery. So I started to listen to Les Brown. He is my favorite motivational speaker. And the guy would make me laugh like crazy out loud when all I wanted to do was crawl under the covers. And I was like, if this guy can do this to me, I want to do this for everybody else. I want to be the motivational speaker. I want to share my story with others. I started to work on affirmations, right? Saying that I am enough, that I am worthy of love, even though I have hearing loss and tinnitus, which I thought, which man would want to be with me with all my health conditions, right? But I am worthy of love. I am love, because we are born as love. We are born light and love, and we forget that because life happens to us. So at the same time, I started to develop an attitude of gratitude, right? Why are people in third world countries so happy with the little that they have? Because it's not what you have. It's not happy people that become grateful. It's grateful people that become happy. So I taught my kids gratitude. I taught my kids meditation. And they used to complain all the time, what Muslim mother does this and that? And today they're like, wow, my mom is a superstar. So I want to leave you guys with my 4 R's. Okay? Take note. It's responsibility, role, resilience, and risk. Your life is your responsibility. You are in the driver's seat of your life. You are the star of your own movie. If you don't take charge of your life will start driving you, okay? You need to show up and say, what we go through, we grow through. My pain, everyone has pain. Everyone has scars. Everyone has baggage. But my pain is the portal to my greatest transformation. And I'm going to take responsibility of my life. God created me to create love, to create life, to create a legacy. He created me on purpose for a purpose. And I need to shine that light. Your role, Les Brown says, open your mouth. When you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. Well, I'm opening my mouth and telling you that your gift is your life from God. And what you do with your life is your gift to God. I share my story on a daily basis. My face lights up. It's my passion. It's what I wake up excited to do. And I tell people, even if you don't purchase 15's products, I changed your life by sharing my story. Right? I gave you hope. Hey, I didn't give up because of you. Hey, you are enough. You're not alone. Look at me. I look like I have everything going for me, and I do. But people used to say to me, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. Why? Am I dying? Do I have stage 4 cancer? I'm living. I'm alive, right? You have to wake up, which is the 3rd R, resilience. Say it out loud. Resilience is brilliance. Exactly. You have to show up every single day because life will knock you between your eyes. There will be curveballs thrown at you left and right from every direction. And you got to be a no matter what person. No matter what happens to me. Put your hand on your heart. I am unstoppable. I am unbreakable. I am undefeatable. And I love who I am. And you need to be your own cheerleader. You need to high five yourself in the mirror every single day and say, I'm a badass, I'm amazing. And that's what I do. And then I say, whose life can I change today? Right? Our resilience is limitless. And lastly, the 4th R is risk. Are you willing to risk everything? Are you willing to live in duality? Are you going to accept your smallness and your giant? Are you going to let them coexist? Are you going to let your light shine? Are you going to go to places you've never been? Say the things you've never said and do the things you've never done to become the man or woman that you've always known yourself to be? The reason most people don't become who it is meant for them to be and who it is they truly are is because they're too attached to who they've been, right? What culture told them, this is how you should be. Stay in the marriage, even if you're not happy. But I'm here to tell you today, you need to be who it is you are and go for what sets your soul on fire. Are you going to be that diamond? Go for it. Shine bright like a diamond in the sky.